and we fill the time, but we left the door open. Someone could close the door for us. Here we go. Oh, now it's the camera. Okay. Oh, you'll get up and close it. Now there's an ad. Everyone's watching the ad. Here we go.
Oh, it's a big robot in the
Oh,
ad.
it's a big robot. Oh.
Explosions?
Explosions. Everything's exploding. All right. Is the ad over?
Yeah,
is it over? Oh, is it over? Oh.
I think we're on.
What? Are we on? Oh, we're on. Here we are. Welcome. Release 62, our last live stream during the release. Welcome to our weekly live stream. I am Dark Star Long.
And I am Chris Spears. Hey, look, I jumped in early that time. I normally wait and like see
how long I can be quiet. You did it. I'm so proud of you.
2. The answer is 2.
And
Am I getting ahead?
Whoa, yeah, dude, it's amazing. It's so good. All right. Yeah, you're just so on script, just not on it.
Huh?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good. So, welcome to our weekly live stream. As always, we will be giving out prizes, and as you've just learned before I've asked the question, there are 2 ways to win prizes. You can either make a purchase from our store, and every purchase will get us closer to our stretch goals, of which all of our stretch goals this release have been carnival themed because it is carnival season. Coming up at the beginning of March, it will be Mardi Gras in my home state of Louisiana. And in the spirit of that, our not so secret phrase, which is the second way that you can be eligible to win a prize, because no purchase necessary, because that is the law. Our not so secret phrase this month is "let the good times roll," which is the loose English translation of the original French "laissez le bon temps rouler," which I was talked out of because no one was gonna remember that. So
now it's just a bad Cars reference.
Yeah, let the good times roll, which Travis played during the last live stream during the fishing contest. He played it in our game on a recorder. So it was a recorder version of the Cars, Let the Good Times Roll. And it sounded nothing like it. Well, I mean, vaguely like it.
That's probably one of the few instruments that is less annoying in game than it is in real life. That's probably because in real life only a child would play recorder.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it's like that meme that was like, do you have a friend?
Do you hate?
Yeah, do you have a friend that you hate who has a child? Give them the Frozen soundtrack or the Frozen how to play Frozen tunes on a recorder. All right, so all of our stretch goals are carnival themed, as I was mentioned, and we've already gotten a ton. We've already gotten the masquerade mask, the carnival color cycling die, the jester wand and jester mask staff, the brewing themed basement hatches, and the formal dress. And next up, we are super close. We're only a few thousand away from the tuxedo variant, so another formal outfit to attend the carnival ball. So very exciting stuff. And if we get past that, we'll move on to the ballroom dungeon room. So, which I'm confident we can get to before Thursday when release 63 goes live. And speaking of which, release 63, pause for cough, is already on QA, and it goes live finally. We just got it in. We've been having to move our servers around, so it took a little bit more than we had hoped, but we finally got it in. And release 63 has all sorts of really cool stuff in it, including something we're going to show you later, so I'm not going to spend too much talking about it, but we've got the first version of creature encounters and spawning in player-made dungeons, so that's super exciting. We're going to show you that here later in the live stream, so very, very, very exciting. So secret phrase, sorry, I didn't finish that thought. You need to say the secret phrase inside game chat, be eligible for the prize, not here in Twitch chat and not in Discord, inside the game chat. So,
I think they just say it here to troll us.
Yes.
Because they know we have to then correct them.
But it's a fun part of the routine. It's
Yes,
a fun
it
part
is.
of our shtick for us to say it, you know, there versus here. So I like doing it. So keep doing it. I mean, don't do it, but do it, right? Because that's the thing.
And it does tell the other people, reminds them what it is.
Right,
So.
exactly. So back to the thought. Release 63 on QA. So please jump in. It's now on QA. There's also a new first draft of the Release 63 instructions, which talks about all the amazing stuff, like encounters in player-made dungeons, the Envy Angel, new decorations, which you got to see in a weekly update a couple weeks ago, new pirate stuff, which you got to see also in a recent update, Crown store polish, tons, Crown shop polish, I should say, tons of cool stuff there, including something fun that's going to go live when Release 63 goes live, which is instead of these, sort of everything's on sale, we're doing a massive store repricing. So everything, the new norm for everything is going to basically be this 50% that we've got everything. And then there's going to be a random daily sale. We're going to take a
smaller,
like about 9 to 10, maybe up to 12 items. Each day there's going to be a random sale from those items. So that's going to be exciting. And more Release 60 live stream items. And one of the a fun thing is a new polearm type, which are pronged weapons. And speaking of that, let's show some of those things. So there's the pitchfork. So
that does not look very scary.
Well, no, I mean that's just the one.
Before.
That's the one you just find in the game, right?
Can we just sharpen the points a little bit at least?
Well, but it's the base one that you just find lying around in the game, right? That's the one you can just pick up off the ground and start poking people with, right?
Doesn't look very intimidating.
Well, it's not supposed to be, but it's got 5 prongs. Look at that. It's not supposed to be super intimidating.
It's good if you want to roleplay a farmer, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's a farming implement that you use as a weapon. It's not supposed to be super intimidating. But you can make a Jira to sharpen the points if you'd like.
That's more Polly's.
Okay. We've also got the pirate stuff I was mentioning. Here's the rough pirate outfit, including the much asked for peg leg and hook hand. So very exciting stuff. And there's again another shot of the rough pirate outfit. A new dragon helm. This is the ornate dragon helm.
This is the first time I'm seeing a lot of these. I really like that one.
Yep. There's another shot of that ornate dragon helm. We had made a dragon helm for Release 59 dragon themed stretch goals, and so we decided to make a ornate version of it for the crown shop. This is the ornate trident. And then this, here's a close-up of the jacket that comes with the rough pirate outfit. Here's a close-up of that peg leg, which I know a lot of people are very excited by the peg leg for some reason. Here's your rough pirate outfit, standing on board one of the ships, gazing fondly at your ship with your peg leg and your hook hand,
and or
maybe forlornly. This is the demon oh wait, I need to zoom out a little bit. Hold on. Oh, hold on. There you go. Hold on. Let me fix this real quick. Zoom is messed up in this. Hold on. Adjusting. There we go. There, you should see the whole thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, not quite. Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Okay, hold on. There you go.
Well worth the time.
Yeah. That's when you need like the technical difficulties thing going. All right, so there you go. There's the that's the demon trident. So that's an artifact that you're gonna get from slaying the demon. It's got these cool details, like there's a little skull on it. Let's see. Oh, this is the regular trident. So this is the one that players can craft.
It has sharp points. That's better.
But see, that's the one you can make versus you could just pick up in the world. That's the point, right?
And I just want to say this one and the ornate one look like they have very square angles. They would never do that. It would always be curved. Square angles, you poke them.
Ever the critic, man. That's really going to get the players excited by talking about how shitty this stuff looks.
That's okay. I'll just go adjust the stats on it to lower its durability.
Right. Yeah. Way to get the players excited, man. All right. Cool. So there we go. So that's all of the cool stuff happening on Release 63. So please log in this weekend to the QA server and test it for us. And if you play test on the QA server, you get you're eligible to win all sorts of cool exclusive items like the insect paintings, insect furniture,
ant farm,
scorpion
deco, chair,
and the not scorpion, Corpion chair, one of the rarest items in the game. So please log on to the QA server and check it out and earn exclusive stuff. So it's very, very, very cool to help us out, and it makes release better by catching bugs early. So that would be awesome.
Would have been even more awesome if we'd got the QA server out to you a lot sooner than this. We do need your testing on things still, so.
Yes.
We're actually trying to rearrange a bunch of build servers, and it kept putting things behind and causing problems.
Yes, but we did it. And so we tested out the new system, but it happened. It happened. Focus on the positive.
We got some more work to do, but we're going to hold off until after the release.
All right.
It's too much time.
So, and reminder that the web store is basically, once Release 63 goes live, web store is going to go away. Where everything is going into the in-game store, which we've been doing a ton of work to make that a much more polished experience. Automatic, one of the big things, quality of life improvements that's going in Release 63 is none of this like claim rewards button stuff. Like that's just going away. When you buy something, it's just going to appear as you buy it. So we're removing that extra step required. And so that's going to be a major improvement. And as I mentioned, the sale that we've been doing is going to be basically the new normal price for most things. There's still going to be some things that we're going to keep priced aspirationally at a slightly higher price, but most things are going to be priced at 50%, or in some cases, some things are going to be even lower than that.
Some will be a little more.
Yeah.
We're trying to right price everything, but 50% is kind of the target.
So the only things that you'll find after this change that goes live next Thursday on the web store for real currency will be crowns, game services, and episode 2 stuff, and the universal broadcast orb, and that's mainly to fight spam. So that's a big change that's coming.
Yeah,
so,
and if you haven't used the Kodo store, I saw some people saying how great it was. Yeah, compared to the web store of like just tabs and tabs and you can't find anything, so much better. And it's fun to do the open up your inventory and buy something, and like you click the buy button and boom, it's in your inventory. It's there. We actually just had we don't get that many, but we had a PayPal dispute. And Burning Toad actually looked into it, and it was someone who bought something, and he said he didn't get it, and it's because he hadn't gone to claim his rewards, and he was like, I didn't get my thing. He was like, did you try claim rewards? Yeah. Anyways, it'll be nice to see that go away.
Yeah. And some of the things that we were working on for Release 63, we actually ended up patching into Release 62, which we highlighted in this weekly update. And if you haven't checked them out, so like one of the big things we did was, and there's an explanation for this in the weekly update, which you can check out, but I'll explain here, is, we had the requirements for big lots like city, keep, and castle match the actual square footage of those lots for player-owned towns. So if you're a player-owned town owner and you wanted to put one of those big lots in your town, you were basically picking that or a lot of row lots or village lots or even town lots, because the way our lots work is each lot is twice as big as the lot below it. And so by the time you get up to like keep and castle lots, you're talking, those are
32 row lots.
Yeah.
Basically, you had to choose between 32 people or one guy to castle.
Right. And so a lot of town owners were basically saying, well, I don't want any of those big lots in my town. So what we did was we greatly reduced the square footage requirement of those. And that was going to go live in release 63. So instead, but we thought this was such a big quality of life improvement, we patched it into release 62. And I'm going to read off a bunch of these other ones. But first, prizes.
Prizes! Got an Obsidian Order Cloth Armor Set, goes to Noel. Ornate Brass Dark Lamp goes to Armath Shadow String. Natural Caverns, Dungeon Rooms, and Hallways Pack goes to Arenduriel Eneve. Stone 3-story prison row house goes to Grimy Trader. Row prison 5-story basement goes to Anna Blue. Ancient Stone Dungeon Hallways Pack goes to Tildy Daintree.
Congratulations, winners. And I saw a question go by, do Crown Store and web purchases both count towards prize drawing? No, right now it's just web store purchases that count towards the prize drawing, because it's just cash in that counts for you.
Or the monthly subscription.
Or being part of the rewards program. Yeah, the rewards program. So, all right. Other quality of life improvements that we patched into release 62 is we doubled the deco limits for player-owned towns. So player-owned town owners can place twice as many decorations as they could before. And we also made it so you can upgrade your deed size and type with crowns inside the game. So that means you can do things like, with some constraints, which we explain in the weekly update and in a post on the forums, but with some limits, you can upgrade your both the size and type of your deed. So you can take a village deed and upgrade it to city. You can take a taxed deed and upgrade it to tax-free. So those are some major changes.
And for those people who have the no trade lots, you can upgrade them from no trade to tradable, so you can get into trade pack.
Yeah.
Get the no trade village lot, you can upgrade that to a tradable village as well.
Yeah. So a lot of quality of life improvements that, while originally slated for 63, we just ended up like, let's just patch those into release 62.
Yeah, and the doubling the town deco is actually because I made that partially because I'd done some profiling and seen that they hadn't been that big of a problem. But also I had some players who seemed super pleased with themselves because they were finding ways to, like, look, we can use like the wall pieces and then the row houses, and then this is actually an empty village lot that we put a couple of wall pieces. But they were basically being super creative with how they were trying to build their town to get around the deco limits. Although I appreciate players being creative like that. After looking at it, it's like, yeah, we probably should have that. Continuing to look at all those limits.
All right. So, and as a reminder, a big change that's coming in release 63 as well is that we are having a conversion, 1 to 100 conversion of crowns. So for every crown you have, it will become 100 crowns.
You'll be rich.
Yeah, but we're also adjusting the prices to match that. So that gives us more granularity in our pricing structure. And we're also right now we've got a 20% sale going on crowns. Starting with release 63, the sale isn't going completely away, but the discount is not going to be as high. And we're going to be slowly decreasing that discount over the next few months, where it's going to go back to its original pricing. Probably within the next couple of months. So heads up, don't be surprised.
And that'll go live with the release.
Yes.
Assuming we can remember how to change it back.
Yes. I'm sure we can remember that. All right. So now we'd like to show you guys dungeon spawning.
I probably should have done a little more.
Yeah. So here you go. I'm going to give you that. While you get doing that, I'm going to talk about some other stuff. So lots of amazing stuff going in release 63. One of the things that's also going in release 63 is Envy Angel. That's our latest boss. So we have those of you new to the game. We have these seasonal bosses, and Envy Angel is the one tied to the season of love. Who, of course, she is the opposite of that. The opposite of love is envy, and so she's gonna be fun to fight. She's using the nearby power boss behavior, but instead of tied to other minions, it's tied to her Valentine's cards that she wrote for herself. And she's got a cool bow artifact, so a new bow artifact. So very cool. Oh, Sandy was coming to say something.
Do you want me to talk about Envy Angel?
Oh, you can if you'd like.
Do it.
Guest
Stall
appearance,
for me.
everyone, by Sanyo, who's been working on Envy Angel.
So she has a house, or she will have a house in the Necropolis Barrens. Not a bad looking house. She sort of tries to keep up appearances. She likes when people like her. But maybe you'll see that there's some trouble going on there. And the house will stay there all year round. She won't be there all year round, but the people around her house will be there all year round. There'll be a quest that you can pick up in a different spot in the Necropolis Barrens. And the quest there'll be the one-time version of it, and then there'll be a repeatable version of it that you can do daily that will just stay all year round, even though she's not there.
Awesome. Thank you for the guest appearance. Sanyo, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So she'll be a fun boss. And again, she's seasonal, so she'll only be in for a little time because right after her is going to be April. End of March for release 64 is when the Arch Lapin return, also known as the Death Bunny. So those of you who fought one of the hardest creatures in the game, quite used to see him back. So very exciting. You almost ready? Are you still working?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, I've got stuff to it. And so, and that's, release 63 is just the beginning. This Q1 is just us getting warmed up for the rest of 2019, which is going to have such other amazing stuff. So, Grandmaster only effects, fertilizer, more pet balance, Easter items, the first areas for episode 2, empty row lots, crafting specialization where you can choose your own effects. Once you choose a specialization, when you go to masterwork or enchant, instead of it being a random effect, you'll be able to choose it. More fishing, more boss fights, more boss behaviors, and then all of 2019 is going to culminate in episode 2, where we're going to do a complete revamp of the quest and journal system. We're going to have a theater system, treasure hunting with treasure maps, item reputation, so where you'll be fighting things, and the weapons that you're using will gain a reputation, and those items. So like you'll get a sword, the sword will get like Skeleton Slayer, and then it will get a bonus against skeletons, and it'll get a title associated with it. And you'll be able to trade that with other people, so it'll be like another level of like enchanting based on use. And taming expansions, so pet leveling, pet skills, pet customization, so including the ability to have like a pet toolbar where you can access the pet skills instead of them just using their skills whenever they want. You'll be able to control like what pet skills your pet's using. How are you doing there?
Doing great.
Okay. Getting close?
Yeah.
No. All right.
Hold on.
Okay. And then also to help support the things like player-made quests, which we highlighted a couple of. Can you turn off your sound? They said they can hear. Yeah, like that.
Those?
Yeah. Thanks. All right. we're going to have the ability to customize your NPCs, like your vendors and things like that, with things like more customization of things like their names, what gear they have, possibly even conversations, and expanded permission systems for containers and doors. So you'll be able to set like conditionals for how this door or this container opens. So things like you have to have an item to open the door, or have to put money in, or things like that, like keys. So very cool stuff. And I saw people talking about fun things with the Arts Lapin. And yes, he's going to, saw some questions. Yes, he is going to have those fun period paintings of rabbits killing and torturing humans. So that loot is to make its return. Almost there. People could watch you building your dungeon.
Well, I'm trying to tear down my dungeon. I didn't have enough room left in my dungeons.
No?
They can watch. Trying to disconnect
Is there another
big chunks.
dungeon we could use that would save time? No?
Well, there's some
Like
dungeons.
Travis's dungeon or something? No?
They go outside. They can watch me if they want to. I mean, you can turn the camera on this so they can see what I'm doing.
I can't do it.
I was trying to
'cause
find
you
a
have the
place
mouse.
that was big enough. I forgot I had built out my dungeon and I had a bunch of passageways. And
I don't have the mouse. You have
that one.
Yeah. There you go. All right, great. So what are you doing, Chris?
I haven't found a place that's a good fit
For what?
for the encounter room.
What's an encounter room, Chris?
I don't have those skills that you are requesting in terms of talking and thinking at the same time.
Okay.
So an encounter room is when you build your dungeon. I gotta go kill that problem. To let you lose a room. When you build, you can build your own dungeon. You can craft everything. You can put everything together, but then it's just a big maze that's empty and such. So that's one of the things we've been talking about for a while now. That's kind of one of our longer-term goals for it, was to add encounter rooms to them, and then making them somewhat interesting by making them things you can level up. I'm gonna have to go back outside and pick up my whole dungeon. Right now.
Maybe
It'll just take a
Travis
second.
could drive while you talk. Okay.
So anyway, so the encounter rooms, the idea is that you'll be able to go. Pull wrong end. You like this, don't you?
Uh-huh. We might.
So the idea is that you build out the dungeon, but then having encounters in it is part of it. If you want to be your own dungeon master, it's not much fun if you can't have many encounters. I was just going to pick up my dungeon and put down to clear it.
Maybe Travis has room in his dungeon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we go to Travis's dungeon?
You have to log in as me.
You can log in as you.
Okay.
I turn this off so they don't see you doing the whole login thing.
Okay. So why don't we have Travis drive while you talk?
By the way, the reason this is even more rushed in terms of us not being prepared than normal is because of the whole thing. As most of you probably know, we didn't have QA live until 2 hours ago or so. So we did not. I had time to get in there, but I did not try it in my dungeon. I tried it in another dungeon to make sure. Yeah. There you go. So I can talk about stuff while Travis does that.
Yeah.
So we wanted to let players, again, part of the episode 2 thing is we want to make sure that we have more ways for players to create their own interactions. Part of that is building out dungeons. For the players who've been super into it so far, it's a lot of that is you can find the blueprints, you can craft them, you can buy some blueprints from merchants. They will drop off of creatures in different places. So when there's an interesting room, we're trying to make sure there's some blueprint that can drop off that creature as a special drop. So there's about a dozen of those in game right now. but we're adding encounters to them. And encounters are, it lets you switch outside, which I bet Travis has not even seen this, so I'll have to point out what to do.
Looking up the name of the.
Yeah, I've got that in Notepad.
Okay.
On that notepad.
Yeah, right there. Piece, add that piece.
Perfect.
But anyway, so you'll be able to place encounters and then level up the encounters. And the way this is going to work is, for one, you'll have to be outside the dungeon and switch it from play mode to Art Deco mode to play mode, to adventure mode, I think is what it's actually called. And you do that through the little gear gizmo, in case you haven't done that. We can try and type it. But anyway, so you have to switch that after you place the deck or the encounter room. You'll have to go back outside and switch it to adventure mode. But then the way it's going to work is the encounter starts off as low level. So when it starts off, it'll probably be around tier. If you don't have anything placed, it won't show up. If you have a single totem placed, a level 1 totem, it'll have a special deco spot, which we'll show you in just a minute.
Yeah, I got a lot of pieces.
Yeah. You're going to try that one?
There you go.
Yep, and you can see, so right there in front of you on that little pedestal is actually the totem.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. That's cool.
So there's actually one place you'll be able to set up in each room, each encounter room, a place where you can change the difficulty. Now, you can only change it when you're in there in deco mode. But that totem, and that's more of a programmer art placeholder type thing right now. Since Travis hasn't seen it, he's probably going to say that looks horrible.
Oh, horrible.
But anyway, so the totem is, to craft one, you'll craft those from items that drop off of the creature type that inhabit the room. So it's not going to spawn here unless you go back outside now and switch it to adventure mode.
Switch it to.
But anyways, the totems you will be able to craft from things that come off of these. Right now, what will be going in for this release, again, for this release, it's mostly a proof of concept as we nail down the expanded features. We had time to get all the features done, but we haven't got all the content done. You have to go outside the dungeon and use the gear gizmo.
Outside the dungeon.
Yeah. There's a nice exception.
I just shot fireworks.
So anyway, so to craft the totem for this first release, again, these are numbers we're going to be trying as I continue to look at drop rates on things and kill rates on things. But for this one, it's going to be only the Lich Room. It did not end up being the Ravensmoor Lich Room, which is what I had intended to use. But Justin actually set up the first one, and he set it up while I was out of town. So I didn't get a chance to correct him. So I may have upset some people. May want the other. That's actually a fall Lich Room. But anyway, so you'll craft the totem by killing 100 liches, pretty much any type. And each lich, they'll now drop an extra item, which will be a lich skull. You'll be able to take 100 of those lich skulls and craft that into a totem. So once you place the totem, then it will have a spawn that appears in it. And I think he actually has it right now, so you get a totem by default. There'll be tier 8 liches. If you take 4 of those, craft those into a single totem,
Gotcha.
now level 3, that will now be a tier 10 room. Again, one more up to 12. And then if you take 4 of the level tier 12 ones and craft those, you'll have a boss room. Now, I should probably explain the coolness because you probably haven't heard some of this. The way we have things set up is we can define based on what challenge we want these things to be.
Stream.
Stop stream. Start stream.
When did we lose?